What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Cryptid Saturday, and in today's Cryptid Saturday, we are going over the Cryptids of Tennessee. Now, as you might expect, Tennessee has some very deep lore hidden out in the dark woods. So let's go ahead. I found a pretty good list. We're going to hop into this article, and let's go exploring. Like I always like to say, guys, I don't own the rights to any of these articles. I just use them to push along information. This particular article will be linked in the comments down below. Please go over there and show them some love. Cryptids of Tennessee. The Tennessee Terror. The legend of the Tennessee Terror began in 1822, when a sea serpent rose to the surface of the Tennessee River as a farmer was fishing. The serpent was so terrifying that the farmer died soon after from fear alone. Another story, much like the first, was told by a fisherman in 1827, who had been fishing on the river and was almost shook from his canoe by a bluish-yellow creature built like a giant snake. Over the years, the legend grew and the Tennessee Terror became a giant 500-pound catfish, affectionately named Catzilla. While the catfish of this size do exist, none have been formally recorded in Tennessee as of yet. And if I'm being honest with you guys, none of them would have been there during that time frame either. Wells catfish get that big, some of the Paraibas, but to be honest with you, what I think happened is they probably combined a gar with a catfish, and just over the years, this has kind of grown into this crazy story of some 500-pound catfish. So honestly though, this one's really cool, and it would be really awesome if someone could pull out a 300-pound catfish out of a river, but I don't know. What do you guys think down below? The White Bluff Screamer. In the small town of White Bluff, Tennessee, lies a spine-chilling tale of a wild creature in the 1920s in a hollow near town. A man built a house for his family of 9. The story goes that almost every night as the family lay down to sleep, they were awoken by an ear-piercing shriek. After several nights of enduring the sound, the man decided to hunt down the source of the noise. As he followed the shrieks of the creature, it led him back to his own home, where inside he found his family killed. The White Screamer is believed to be something much like a banshee from Irish folklore, who follows around families whose shrieks foretell death. Well, that sucks. To be honest with you guys though, if you guys have ever heard like a mountain lion yell at night, it honestly does sound almost exactly like a woman screaming. So I'm wondering if this guy wasn't hearing mountain lions, and when he got home, a cat might have gotten into his house and just went into a killing frenzy and just murked his whole family. It's kind of a sad way to look at it, but it is possible that that's what happened. So unfortunately for him, but I do believe that that's what this tale kind of might have sprung from. The Flintville Monster. This cryptid is akin to the famous Bigfoot, but much more aggressive and dangerous. It lurks around Flintville, Tennessee, tormenting its inhabitants. Those who have seen it describe the creature as standing 7 feet tall and smelling similar to a skunk. One of the most famous accounts of this creature comes from a mother in the 1970s who claimed to have seen a large man-like ape running towards her son who was playing in the field. She ran to intercept it and barely got to him before the creature. She ran back to her house with her son and called the police, but when they arrived to investigate the creature, all they found in the woods were 16-inch footprints and blood. Props to her for being able to outrun a 7-foot-tall thing and beat it to her son. That in itself, I would say, is impressive. Adrenaline isn't a crazy thing. If I had to say what this could be in real life though, probably a bear standing on its hind legs. I don't think it would have ran on its hind legs, but she was scared, so you never really know. But if they found 16-inch footprints, that's pretty huge, but they probably found double up prints. So instead of like this, like one hand like this, it was 2 like this. But I don't know, or there's a 7-foot tall Bigfoot out there, which, you know, it's Tennessee. There's crazy things in the woods. The Tennessee Wild Man. Not quite man, but not really a Bigfoot either. This creature, who reportedly is 7 feet tall, with dark gray or dark red hair, eyes that are blazing red, and whose hair and beard hang down to its waist, was found roaming around McNairy County, Tennessee. Extremely strong and fast, with a stream that could freeze a man's blood, and who seemed to target mostly women, according to the May 5th, 1871 edition of the Hagerstown Mail. Though none of its attacks were successful, the beast was known to silently approach houses, and if it was seen, would run off into the woods. There have been many reported encounters of the wild man, all the way up into the 1970s, all providing similar descriptions. I mean, this just sounds like a perv. Like, I honestly think this might have just been a hermit who just happened to be really tall, who was just scaring the crap out of women, probably trying to do bad things. I mean, and then he probably just died. Like, that's my best guess. It's weird they never managed to catch him, but it seems like it was common enough where a lot of people would see him and knew about this, so Yeah, I think this is just a person, personally. But let me know what you guys think. The knot deer. A cryptid seen all through Appalachia, whose appearance is easiest described as a deer, but only at first glance. Upon further inspection, those who have encountered it reported that its proportions just weren't right, sometimes described as mostly joints or moose-like, and sometimes downright disproportionate. Another unsettling feature of the knot deer is having forward-facing eyes akin to a predator. Almost every report has included that the creature just felt off, and that it was apparent that it held some level of sentience, the ability to feel emotion and sensation. I mean, I don't get why that couldn't just be a deer. Maybe an elk? Maybe it was an elk and people didn't know. The forward-facing eyes thing throws me off a little bit. That's usually not something you would attribute to deer, but maybe it could have been just one that was like deformed, or maybe it's kind of like a mixture, like they've put two and two things together. But like they said, it kind of has feelings, so I don't know. But we humans attribute a lot of things to how we portray the world ourselves, so that one's hard. Personally, I don't see why this one couldn't have just been a regular deer, but you know what? Who knows? I mean, the folklore is there. Maybe it's a real thing, and maybe it's just not around anymore. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But guys, that's pretty much it. That's a small list of the crazy lore that Tennessee has. These were actually really cool, and some of them may deserve their own videos. If there's any in particular you guys would like for me to take a deep dive on, please leave a comment down below. While you guys are down there, let me know. Are you guys from Tennessee? Did you know about any of these prior to watching this video? If you did, guys, I'd really like to hear about it. Till next time, guys, please, while you're down there in the comments, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you never miss another video from me, as well as follow me on my other social medias, which are coming up next. And I will see you guys next Saturday for Cryptid Saturdays.